need to talk about this entire David situation because a major update has finally been released. The public has been waiting for weeks, wondering why authorities were so quiet, and now we finally know a little more. So let's break down everything that has happened and what this new information actually means. The last time we talked about this case, things were already incredibly dark. Celeste Rivas had been missing for over a year before she was finally found. Her remains were discovered inside the front trunk of a Tesla registered to the artist David, whose real name is David Burke. The car was abandoned on a Hollywood street, then towed to an impound lot. When workers inspected it, the smell coming from the trunk led to the horrifying discovery. And what made it even more disturbing was that not all of her was found. It was clear from the beginning that someone had done something to her. There was no way she ended up there by herself. As soon as the news got out, the internet started digging, and everything people uncovered made the situation look even worse for David. There were matching tattoos, photos of them together, alleged Discord conversations, and even unreleased lyrics where he mentioned her by name. People found imagery in his concert visuals and music videos that eerily matched the way Celeste was found. Then there were his old interviews where he talked about an evil version of himself named Itami, an alter ego he created for a manga-style story. He explained that this character committed crimes that his detective self would later have to solve, almost like Fight Club. He also said the alter ego appears in his music videos, wearing a blindfold, causing chaos, building a cult, and influencing the stories behind his songs. All of this started to feel extremely strange once people connected it to the real-life case. Then clips popped up of David and Celeste on stream together, showing that they clearly knew each other. Seeing him acting casual with a girl that young made everything worse. And that one clip where he says delete everything, everything goes, after she leaves the frame, only made people feel like something very off was happening. As the internet kept uncovering more, the situation turned from scary to absolutely terrifying. What we know right now is this: Celeste was found in early September. She had been missing for a year. She was found in David's Tesla, the car was abandoned, the remains were incomplete, someone put her there, and because of everything people were uncovering online, the public immediately started asking why authorities hadn't arrested David, or at least named him as a suspect. At first, some people defended him, because when Celeste was discovered, David was on tour. People thought the car might have been stolen, or that maybe he didn't know what happened. But once it came out that he knew Celeste, and once photos of them together started spreading, everything changed. His tour was suddenly canceled, he disappeared from social media, and there was complete silence from him. For weeks, investigators said nothing, and people were furious. But now it has finally been revealed that investigators are officially treating David as a suspect. Law enforcement sources told the press this week that he's being looked at directly in connection to Celeste's death. There's no public paperwork confirming it yet, but the information is coming from people involved in the investigation. His Hollywood Hills rental home has already been searched, and now there are reports that he took a mysterious trip to a remote area in Santa Barbara County in the middle of the night earlier this year. Investigators are looking into whether that trip has any connection to Celeste. TMZ reported that police cannot find any photo or video of Celeste after September 2024. One of the last known photos of her shows her standing behind David at a party, and witnesses confirmed they saw her there. The party was allegedly at his house. This raised even more disturbing questions, especially because Celeste was only around 14 or 15 when they allegedly became close. David is about 5 years older than her, which already made people very uncomfortable. To a lot of people, David's silence says a lot. Of course, his legal team is probably telling him to stay offline, but many feel that if he had absolutely nothing to do with this, he wouldn't have vanished so suddenly. And even if he didn't harm her, the fact that he was hanging around someone so much younger looks like a crime by itself. Right now, it's unclear if police have any other suspects,
But reports say the way Celeste was found suggests that more than one person was involved. TMZ even said investigators believe whoever did this likely had help. Yet LAPD also said they are not close to making an arrest, which has frustrated the public even more. People online feel like they solved this case themselves months ago. TikTok, Reddit, Instagram, YouTube. Everyone was piecing together timelines, analyzing lyrics, looking through old streams, and connecting clues. People joked that the internet solved the case faster than the police. Comments were saying things like, if you want a case solved, don't go to the police, go to TikTok. And honestly, the amount of evidence people found on their own felt endless. Fans were posting screenshots, interviews, maps, timestamps, everything. Meanwhile, police only just started calling him a suspect. After the latest update went public, things took another turn because more people who personally knew Celeste started coming forward online. Some of her friends, old classmates, and even people who said they saw her with David at different times started sharing details that made the whole situation even more unsettling. None of this is confirmed by authorities yet, but the amount of people speaking up is growing by the day. A few claim that Celeste had mentioned a music guy before she went missing, someone older who was giving her gifts and attention. And even though they didn't know his name at the time, people now believe she might have been referring to David. One girl said she remembered Celeste telling her that she was hanging out with older people in LA who made her feel cool and included. At that age, attention like that can feel exciting, but it's also extremely dangerous. People also started pulling up old posts from Celeste's social media, and looking at them now feels completely different. She would post vague captions about feeling disconnected, about trusting the wrong people, and about secret friendships she couldn't talk about. At the time, nobody thought anything of it because teenagers post things like that all the time. But in the context of what happened, it feels chilling. One of her last posts before she disappeared had comments from accounts linked to David's fanbase, and people noticed that he liked a photo of hers months before her disappearance. Suddenly, all these little interactions that were ignored before are now being analyzed under a microscope. Meanwhile, fans of David have been completely divided. Some still believe he's innocent and that everything online is being blown out of proportion. But even those fans admit that the silence from him is strange, and that the imagery in his videos feels too close to real life to ignore. Clips from his concerts started circulating again, especially the ones where he performs with a blindfold, or where he reenacts scenes involving a trunk or ritual-like moments. For a lot of people, it looks like he was trying to build some kind of dark story around his alter ego. But now that real tragedy is involved, it doesn't feel like art anymore. It feels like a warning sign that nobody paid attention to.
Then there's the timeline. People online have basically built an entire timeline of the last 2 years involving Celeste and David. They pinpoint days he was in LA, when she was last active online, when his car was last photographed, and when he flew out for tour rehearsals. What's wild is that TikTok investigators figured out that his Tesla wasn't seen parked at his usual spots for weeks before it was found abandoned, which means it was probably left there long before anyone called it in. And the idea that a car with a body in it sat unnoticed for so long is horrifying on its own. Another thing that came out recently is that neighbors near the impound lot claim they smelled something strong in the area for days before the inspection took place. It raises even more questions about how long the car was sitting there before authorities finally opened the trunk. Some people believe the investigation has been slow because LAPD didn't realize what they had on their hands at first, and now they are trying to catch up.
People have also been wondering about the Santa Barbara trip that investigators are looking into. Because if he really drove to a remote location in the middle of the night and stayed there for hours, what was he doing? And why did that matter enough for police to mention it? Some people online think that investigators believe something happened there, maybe something connected to Celeste's disappearance. Others think he might have gone there to get rid of something. Nobody knows for sure, but the fact that police are looking at that trip at all means it wasn't normal. David's neighbors have also been speaking out. A few said they noticed he became extremely reclusive right before he left for tour. Some said they didn't see him for days at a time. One person said they heard loud noises late at night a few months before the discovery, but they didn't think anything of it. Now those same people are wondering if they ignored signs of something serious happening.
At the same time, investigators are still interviewing people who attended that party where Celeste was last photographed behind David. Eyewitnesses told TMZ that she looked quiet, almost nervous, and that she stayed close to him the entire night. People at that party were mostly older, and seeing a girl that young there didn't sit right with everyone. Some even said they didn't know she was only 14 at the time. They assumed she was at least 18 because of how comfortable she looked around David. But now that the truth is out, people are questioning everything about that night. Online, people have been putting pressure on investigators, demanding answers and demanding transparency. But police spokespeople keep repeating the same thing. The investigation is ongoing, they can't confirm details, and no arrests are being made yet. This has made the public more frustrated, especially because the internet seems to have uncovered more information than authorities are willing to share. People joke that TikTok cracked the case in 2 days, while police are still looking into it.